So prison as a belief system with core values is something that I want to consider in terms of foundational understanding that there are life core values outside of the prison, and then there are core values inside the prison. The thing about life, when you're thinking about life and your life choices, when you're going back and forth to prison, that's death. That's death to yourself, death to any ideal that you might have, death to your understanding, death to whatever heart situation. There's this guy in prison, I forget his name, and I'm gonna have to research it. But he developed a love for investing and stock market investing while in prison. Now he didn't know that he had that ability, or if he did know, he probably was good at math in school, because investing is a higher level of math, finances and everything. But he studied and learned, and he developed a love for investing, stock market investing. But he's in prison. He can trade. I think he can trade and everything. And I think he gave a TED talk one time, but he did it in his prison blues. And so now he has almost created another type of cage uh, for himself, even though he's free. He's like a bird in a cage, but free in his mind, but caged in his body. He can't freely leave out. And I've always wondered why there wasn't some business investor who might have advocated on his behalf so that he can get out. And I'm going to have to research him again because it's been so many years that I known about this. But it's interesting that the core values, the prison as a belief system with core values, is one thing that I don't really have to. Um, I don't have to fight for my life and create a life plan while I'm in prison because I'm in prison. And prison is my life. Prison is my life. And that's why you get people who leave the prison with the same kind of understanding struggling because they have adopted the belief system that prison is their life. That's what they understand. I mean, you have some of these people who have been in prison for so many years, then you got people who are down for life, and it is their life. They have given over their life. They have laid their very life down to take up death. And even if they take up goals in life, even if they take up strategies, even if they're dreaming, right? They're dreaming while residing in a graveyard. That's really what that is. They're dreaming while residing in a grave. They have taken up residence in a graveyard. And so the ones who are lifers, they're never getting out. You can be on death row for double digit years, but that's you're a walking dead person. So when you adopt this idea that prison is as a belief system with core values, a lot of times core values is sort of like having integrity, having a strong work ethic, um, pursuing financial stability, different types of core values. You're doing that within a cage. You're doing that under a warden's eye. Someone's foot is on your neck. So then, if that's the case, if we look at it from that foundational understanding, and of course, there's some sort of link back to what they saw in childhood. If the parent always isolated the child and pushed the child back into the room and couldn't come out, and if the child did, they would get a whooping or something like that. You see that kind of manifested in who they are today as an adult, who that person is today as an adult, and that they are still isolated. They're still back in that room. They're still in a toxic relationship with their parent. And the foundational understanding leads us to this idea that um, they're only willing to see prison as their life, and that's why it's much easier for them to usher themselves into criminal activity so they can go back. I think to myself all the time, people who get out and they go and live with some woman. A man goes and lives with some woman, and you would think that the home that she's trying to provide for him, which is still out of order, the home that she's trying to provide for him, you would think he would be happier with the bed. You would think he would be happier in the apartment where he can control the air conditioning. You would think he would be happier with the food that he can cook. You would think he would be happier with the coffee that he can make. But no, because when you think about it on in terms of Tom Hanks movie Castaway, he was on that island for so many years, basically caged and open at the same time. When he finally got back to his home state, and they gave him a penthouse of an apart of a hotel room, he didn't sleep in the bed. He didn't sleep in the bed. He slept on the floor. He acted like he was still on the island, even though he was free. He was found. He can go on carry on with his life. But those initial moments, he 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 acted like he was still in the cage. It only what sort of helped him to move him out of that understanding was a package that he saved to give back to a person, and he didn't know who that person was. It turned out to be a woman, etc. And that his integrity for the packages that he tried to protect led him down that road to meeting that woman. Uh, so his core values sort of pulled him out of this understanding in terms of living on the island, his mindset on the island while free. But with many people who are coming out of prison, unless they have something that they can hold on to, because the taking a package sort of broke the soul tie to the island. It wasn't the bed, it wasn't the food that he got, the free food that he got. No, it was the package, and keeping in mind that he needed to go and take that package to that person is what kind of broke the soul tie for him. And plus, realization of other areas with the woman that he had to leave behind, etc. So, unless a person who is getting out of prison has something that they can hold on to guide them down a different path, they're going to be the ones who always believe that prison is their life. And they're going to hold to that belief system and adopt different core values to sustain that foundational understanding. All right, so now that you've gotten to the end, this is you can visit, subscribe, and follow. My website is reginayfavors.com. Then you can visit my YouTube channel, youtube.com// at Regina Y. Favors. And then I have an author store, reginayfavorsauthor.com. I also have other types of websites as well. So thank you very much for listening.